Today in our modern world, we are dealing with so many choices on an everyday basis compared to our ancestors. We are consciously having to make decisions and we end up with choice fatigue. And if we don't give ourselves time out, much like a computer, we have a limited capacity for storage. Be mindful that you don't have to clutch at every thought, and there is no urgency to sort out any situation or anything that's been going on in your mind. No urgency is the best way to deal with things. Knowing that if you give yourself some time and space, then your subconscious can also filter and sort out and process and come to decisions in its own time. Also, letting go of the fear of missing out. This is a huge thing that I had to come to terms with over the years, that if you don't say yes to everything, what if there's an amazing thing on the other side of that? And at the end of the day, we end up our thoughts and our minds stretched in multiple directions, and we lose our focus. Also, if we are trying to be more conscious of the universe and things being our destiny and things being guided to us, if you don't allow time and space, if you don't free up time in your schedule, then you're not allowing that space for the universe to bring things to you. You're actually blocking your magnetism and what you're naturally projecting out there and what's meant to come to you. You could be blocking that by being fixated on things that no longer serve you any purpose. So another thing would be doing a clear out, not just a clear out physically of the clutter around you. Your home space and your home environment is really important. So is the space in your car, actually, if you're spending a lot of time in that. See your environment as an abstract version of your mind. If it's too cluttered, your mind will feel overly cluttered as well. So free up yourself physically, get rid of clutter, do a clear out, try and be more minimalistic, even when it comes to things like your wardrobe. You know, you can easily have more of a mix and match approach. And when you do buy items, make sure you're buying things that you will love for years rather than fast fashion items. We have become so dependent on the internet that it's actually an unspoken dimension that we've created, and many of us are beginning to live more and more of our lives in an alternative dimension. So many people are beginning to live their reality in cyberspace rather than what is around them. So freeing up yourself from social media is so important, and being mindful of what's being projected at you when you are on social media is not actually reality. And you can choose your own reality. You can choose which world that you want to live in. Do you want to live in a world where it's based on what's being projected at you electronically through images, or do you want to reset, realign, and realise that life is what's present in the here and now? You also have to get out of this idea of perfectionism. I think it is really life limiting, and we're actually blocking ourselves to opportunities, good frequencies, by having this approach. For instance, myself today, I know I have eye bags, I know I look tired, I know I'm not my best, I know I am coming out of a haze, I have brain fog, but I realise that there's so many things that come into my head creatively, things that I want to share, things that I want to do to connect to other human beings. And this idea of not being as good as I would like to be in an ideal world actually gets in the way. So facing little fears, like feeling the fear and doing it anyway, those little fears, just doing it and seeing what happens, and realising that the day can go much better than what you think. Or even if you feel that there were negative elements to it, you'll find that there's one little thing that would never have been provided to you if you hadn't just showed up as your true self, authentic, no matter what vibe, no matter what appearance. Just get out there. And another enormous one, which I have to say over the years has become more central to the way that I've been living, is being conscious of what you expose your mind and your body to on an everyday basis. And what you expose your body to on an everyday basis can affect your mind. So you're looking at things which you absorb through your gut, which you absorb through your skin, the environment in which you are allowing the frequencies, such as obviously the frequencies out in nature are completely different to the frequencies that we would have in, you know, high-powered corporate environments where there's lots of devices, or you are more dependent on finding entertainment through electronics, through external happiness, basically. So being mindful of the fact that in a small study of bipolar patients, all 36 patients compared to the 36 in the control group were shown to have a low amount of a certain gut bacteria, and these are the good gut bacteria that you need in order for your system to fully function. System to fully function as in your immune system, but also the endocrine system, which controls your moods, controls your adrenaline, controls your stress levels. So basically, you have to really be conscious. We're told all the time that it's mind over matter and mind is a powerful thing, but we've also underestimated the effects on our man-made things that we've brought into our modern life. Chemical foods, food-like substances. And if you don't believe me and you need something to back it up from a more healthcare orientated point of view, then please have a look at Doc Eamon, who is psychiatrist and neurologist who's done many brain scans over the years, and he's written books, and he basically has a new approach to mental health which is all about a holistic approach, and that we have to come away from this generalised approach at treating our mental health. We need to know our brain type, and we need to know what we're exposing ourselves to. We need to know about the effects of certain chemicals on our body, certain food types, but we also need to know about alcohol, about cannabis, and about basically our brain patterns and how to realign and reset. So it really is the more forward-thinking approach to mental health care. So I would really advise you to hit him up. And if you're also interested in reset, body reset, mind reset, look into some shamanic practice, look at detoxing the mind, specifically detoxing the liver as well. All of the things that we've accumulated through the years and that we accumulate on a daily basis, our liver has to process that. And if there's a liver overload of toxins, then the excess is sent out to other areas of the body. And when it's sent out to other areas of the body, you have inflammation. And when you have inflammation, you have chances of things getting out of whack, things getting out of balance. So an imbalance of hormones, an imbalance of our immune system, and an imbalance of our ability to run on a natural energy. And we then depend on more of an adrenaline approach to life, and a reliance on caffeine, a reliance on dopamine from other forms, coming from foods, coming from alcohol, coming from drugs, coming from a more reckless approach to life, rather than the natural happiness that is there underneath all of the layers that we need to strip down. You just need to empower yourself, strip all the layers down, and go back to what we were supposed to be, naturally aligned, energetic beings.